Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this fan-requested video. Ray D. Hey Marks, can you do 2007 Jay Cutler versus 2019 Brandon Curry? It's a very interesting outcome. I know it didn't say Jay. I know it didn't say Brandon, but I assumed that the first names were there. Jay Cutler, this is his worst year. Perhaps. He lost the next year, I think, as a punishment for sucking so bad in 2007. Of course, a lot of people thought Victor Martinez, he should have won in 2007. But there was Dennis Wolf, there was Dexter Jackson. I eventually will do a video, and I'm going to put all the guys in there. It's kind of stupid just doing one-on-ones when they were all there. Brandon Curry, he gets a lot of criticism for this version, 2019. Of course, Dorian Yates sitting up on his high horse. I don't think his conditioning was as good as mine. You know, the guy didn't ask that. He said, what do you think? He should have been a respectful man and say, there's probably better, Mr. Olympias. But of course, I sucked in 1997, so who cares, right? That's what you should have said, Dorian, because you did suck in 97. Maybe you'll be next to go against Brandon Curry 2013 or 19 versus your 97 version. There's no symmetry round, unfortunately. I couldn't find the quarter turns in the rear relax for Brandon Curry. So, a slight edge, I guess, in the front relax to Brandon Curry. Onto the muscularity round, and this is what counts. Look at Jay Cutler's biceps. Something definitely went seriously wrong in his prep, in his training. Something went wrong. Did the synthol not work in your biceps? No, I'm just joking. I don't know if that's synthol. Hey, maybe Brandon Curry has more synthol in his biceps. Who knows? Either way, Brandon Curry fetches a point in this, despite the small calves, and I do see that because Jay Cutler has a massive set, but it doesn't matter. The conditioning, everything. Jay Cutler, just a terrible version. Front lat spread now. This is one that Jay Cutler, he could catch Brandon Curry in, and not many people could. This is an underrated pose for Jay Cutler. The front lat spread, I'm here to tell you. But in this version, Brandon takes it. Sure, his lats maybe not filled up as much as Jay Cutler's, and he has them little tiny whiffles of calves. I see that, yes. But Jay Cutler, look at the inner thighs there, the softness, like a bar of soap. And you notice the corner of his teats, his breasts, they seem to be sagging like an old man. Anyway, he got that a little bit back the next year or the year after, 2009. He must have did some better training or something. I don't know. Brandon Curry takes this one. Side chest pose, also a Curry pose. You see this? Are you watching this, Dorian Yates? He's winning on conditioning. You see this? Jay Cutler, softer than a bar of soap. Not much for pec development either. Brandon Curry running roughshod over this 2007 version of Jay Cutler. The side tricep is also academic. Jay, a bigger man, a much bigger frame, but the muscles are smaller. Wow, look at the size of the legs on Brandon Curry. You know, each passing day and each passing moment, I grow curiouser and curiouser on how the 2001 Jay Cutler would look in this pose. Boom. Wow, what a difference. Jay would smoke Brandon Curry. I'm sure all the poses would be like this. The waistline of Jay was actually bigger in the other versions. You notice that? Wow, he really nailed this 2001. But this is not what this comparison is about. Let's not take any heat or steam away from Brandon Curry. He gets the side tricep along with this rear lat spread. Jay, yes, he is winning in the legs. When you just look at the lower half, Jay would win. They're right on par with each other as far as the conditioning of the glutes are concerned. It's almost now, I'm not an expert on this, but I've been doing a lot of studying on this. It is almost as if they were conditioned a few days prior, perhaps, and they carb loaded, because it seems like just a layer all over the entire body. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't use the juice, so dieting for me is a whole lot different, naturally. Anyway, Jay Cutler, when you look at the upper body, it's domination community. It's domination town. It's domination city. Look at the lower back. Wishy-washy anyway of Jay Cutler, even in his conditioned versions. But this one really, I don't know. The muscle separation is gone. Brandon Curry's back. looks good in this one. Not bad at all. Takes a point, despite those little calves. The rear double bi is almost worse for Jay Cutler when you look at the biceps. Remember from the front, there was an odd shape to one of those peaks, and it is his left bicep. You see that from the rear? His right one's completely flat, gone. Something definitely went seriously wrong. His glutes look even softer in this pose as well. Brendan Curry, he's actually dominating in the trap department and in the back department as well. Of course, when you look at the calves, I could see some people even dinging him an entire point because of that. But I think just because Jay is so soft and so terrible in the bicep department, I am going to lean slightly towards Curry, but I would warn him if I was a judge, pick up them calves, mister. The ab and thigh is another academic pose for Curry. I cannot believe the domination of these two versions. So Dorian Yates, you really have to take a good look at who you are criticizing. I mean, if you had said something about his conditioning, like I said earlier, you should have mentioned your 97 version where you were terrible, bloated, missing arm, conditioning wasn't, well, your conditioning was always pretty good, but anyway. Symmetry, everything like that was down, aesthetics. Jay Cutler, wow, looks like somebody took a brand new, fresh 2001 Jay Cutler, put him on top of one of them baseboard heaters, and he began to melt. But you remembered right at the last minute before he completely melted, you picked it up, and he froze at that state. Brendan Curry gets an easy point here. The most muscular, Jay, is so much bigger. He should probably be easily getting a pose or a point here. The outside of his arms, even in his conditioned versions, were soft, very soft, and it is plain to see. It just looks terrible. He does not look like a bodybuilder whatsoever. Brendan Curry's arms, the vascularity, and his legs are fantastic. Except for, of course, those calves, which I have noticed in each and every one of the poses. There is the crab most muscular, and it is even worse for Jay Cutler. I have never seen such soft arms from a bodybuilder. And if I'm exaggerating a little bit, well, I can put this in writing. I have never seen an Olympia champion with such soft outer arms. Brandon Curry dominated in this competition, and it is no surprise that he is your winner of this entire competition with ease. So, before you criticize the Olympia champion of 2019, maybe you better take a look at the history of the sucky versions 2007. I believe 1997 also had a very terrible champion, which may be put up against the 2019 Brendan Curry. I haven't decided yet, so you just sit there and wait, Dorian Yates, because, you should hand out compliments and not insults. Hope you liked the video, guys. Hit a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you have not already. Have a great day.